Hey everybody, this is Melina from ScrapbookingwithME.com and Me Crafty Scrapper here on YouTube and Instagram. I wanted to show you how I am setting up this week in my Scribbles That Matters journal, and I will show you last week's also, and I'll give you still shots at the end, and then I'll show you one other thing about journaling this week that I'm currently journaling in. And I just thought that y'all might like to see what I am currently using and how my journaling is looking here lately. I love to write. I love to fill up journals and I love starting new journals. So this one is newer. I just got it about 2 weeks ago, and so I am very excited about starting this new journal and what my daily journaling will be looking like. And I cannot wait to do flip throughs for you so that you can see each week how it is coming together. So here I have cut out some digital word labels from Betty's Custom Design on Etsy. I showed y'all these in a previous video also when I did my last Etsy share video. And I've cut these words out and I printed them on cardstock, so they are a little thicker. And then I've got some book page for right behind it. And I'm going to kind of layer these. I'm going to put the numbers of the day on the actual word label. So what I'm going to do is, I've already inked these on this side. I am going to use my handy dandy double-sided tape dispenser, and I'm going to put these in my pages, on my page, how I want them. And I start with Sunday. Some planners and journalers like to start on Monday and have their weekend on the end. I just like starting on Sunday. It just feels better to me to do it that way. So that's how I do it. And I'm just kind of willy-nilly putting these together and seeing how they land. Nothing, no particular order. I'm just trying to keep in mind that Sunday, Monday. Okay, now we're going to start doing Tuesday. Just do a little bit of double-sided tape on the book page. And then you're pretty much covering up the book page with the word label, but I just like how that looks. I like that layered look that you get there. So let's not put it on upside down. Let's come up just a little bit. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then we can ink these others for the other side of my week layout. So I'm just using my Vintage Photo Oxide ink for my distressing, and then I will see if there's anything else I want to add around these before I start putting my numbers and things on them. So I just tear book page. I have some that have said, oh, I can't believe you tear pages out of books. But, I mean, the pages and the books that I use, they were meant for the burn pile at the library. They were in the room where, you know, right before they go to a burn pile, literally. So it's either let them be burned, or we can give them a little bit of a new life by repurposing them this way. All right, I want foliage for Saturday, so I'm going to put that one here at the bottom. Let's see. We need to do this one. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday. We usually have very quiet Saturdays around here, so I leave myself just a little bit of room. If we're going to have a singing or something like that, then of course I'll leave myself a little bit more room on Saturday, but generally we have quiet Saturdays around here. But like last Saturday, we had a wedding we went to. I hadn't been to a wedding in a long time. We did. We had a wedding to go to. Brandon's cousin. And it was a beautiful wedding, and I journaled about that. And I might even put a few tip-ins in that layout from some of the gorgeous pictures we got. I mean, they were pretty because the ranch that they got married at was gorgeous. Okay, and then last one, our last little header, and that's how I usually start out all of my journaling, is making myself little headers. All right, you could use little stamps if you wanted to put the numbers on there, or you can just handwrite them like I'm about to. This is last week's, and I did show this. We went through this in a previous video of how I did that stamping, and then there's all of my journaling for last week. And then, let's see, okay, we started October 1st, 2nd, so this is the 3rd. So I'm just gonna do that on my little labels. So 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. That is my mom's birthday, Miss E from Scrapbooking with Me. Y'all be sure to give her a little shout out this week. All right, and then I need to put October somewhere, and I probably won't do a lot of journaling here on the side, so I can make myself a huge O there. And then I'm going to go ahead and write out the entire word. So October, and then I will do, my Sunday. I'm thinking let's do our abbreviation. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm going to do Thursday like this. And then Friday and Saturday. Okay, so there is my setup for this week. And I mean, I had quite a bit of room to write as much as I wanted to last week. So, okay, I'm going to get this little script stamp. And I think I hear some of my family coming home right there. I'm going to get this little script stamp in my stamp block and just into my vintage photo ink here. I'm get my scrap grid paper over here and go into that. And then I'm going to stamp off over here and then just come in and do a little bit of inking. Nothing major, just a little piece here and there. Very faint, but I like that. Make it junk journalish. Little right there. And maybe another piece there and there. Yep, I like that. Okay, and then I will do black ink over that. So, you know, I will cover that up and it won't interrupt with the writing that I will be doing. But I love that. I love that layout. So there is my layout, journaling layout for this week. And I will show you finished product filled up. So there's that. I have had quite a few people ask what journaling Bible I use. This is a Thomas Nelson KJV Journal the Word Bible, and I got it off of Amazon, and I have it linked in my description box below. It's in my Amazon storefront. Let me get this door closed. Brandon has gotten a telephone call. And I was just going to show you KJV Journal the Word Bible, Thomas Nelson. It does have ivory colored pages, which doesn't bother me. Some people like stark white, but I'm good with ivory. My tabs came from Illustrated Faith. I'm not sure if they still have these particular ones still. I don't know if they discontinued these, because these are a few years ago that I added these tabs on. But there are all kinds of Bible tabs that you can find on Amazon easily. So I will go through just the few layouts that I've completed in this Bible. This is Exodus, let's see, 40th chapter, and I was really honed in on the 38th verse. So that was way back in 18 when I did that. It takes a long time to fill up a Bible while you're journaling in it, if you're not doing it, you know, pretty much every day. So this was, let's see if I've got a date. My word for this year is continue. We've had some hard times last year, and then beginning of this year too. So I picked the word continue and went with my favorite book of the Bible. That is Ruth. I love the book of Ruth. And if I sit and talk about it too much, I start to cry. I love it so much. Her faithfulness to Naomi is beautiful. And then Naomi telling Ruth how she needs to be around Boaz. And I mean, could you imagine your own son dying and his wife is the one that you're roaming the country with? It's just, Ruth is my favorite. Ruth, the book of Ruth is my favorite. It touches me so deeply. So that's one little layout I did with my word of the year. And then I think the next one is actually the one that we did in our last Bible journaling video. So there is Psalm 33 and 34. We went through quite a bit of that in that last video. Then this is one I think from last year, and I actually painted on this page. It did come through some, but it's not horrible. You could add paper onto the back of that and still see every bit of it. But I did some painting on this one with some gold leaf through it. I actually drew that tree. Yes, I did. I actually painted that tree onto the page. And I have a video of that, and I will link it below. But even though I painted over the entire page, I usually don't do that, but even though I did that, you can still see all of the wording. I did the painting light enough so you can see all of the wording still. Let's see. Let's go to our next one. All right, and next one. Oh, that makes me very happy. I love a blank page. You could do all kinds of stuff on a blank page in your study Bible, in your journaling Bible. Okay, and then the next layout, I should have went through and did some little bookmarks so that I could get to each of the layouts quickly, but that right there is probably one of my favorite layouts ever, and it is super simple. There's not a lot of decoration on it. There's no painting on it. It is my handwriting, me studying and highlighting what I studied, and then, you know, writing my notes. Then I got my mild liners, and you can see they do bleed through some. Now that is on that page. It was a continuance of this study, but they do bleed through some, but they're easily covered up. But yeah, this is one of my favorite layouts ever. I love my points. I love how I highlight and just color coordinate down through there. So that is one of my favorite layouts, and it's super simple. Next one is one of my least favorite, just because I don't like how the paint did, but it was a memorial. Seeing that bled through really badly, so if I want to journal on this side, I'll have to cover that entire margin up. But this was John 15, greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. And that was Memorial Day. That was this year, that Memorial Day layout there. And then next one, and then this one, Hebrews 13:6 is my life verse. So that we may boldly say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me. I did lots of writing, and I date stamped it, added some washi, and all kinds of little dots and stuff. And then that's a stamp there, which I could have just written that myself, but that is a stamp. And then I added a tab here, my life verse, so when I close my Bible, then I can find that easily. And then here's another favorite. That one's just so pretty. It's just a bunch of the mild liners, and then I got a pink ink, and then did always remember just over and over and over again there, and put a few little die cuts, raise me up. And this is 1 Peter 1:21. Who by him do believe in God, that raised him up from the dead and gave him glory, that your faith and hope might be in God. And that was August 30th of 2018. Okay, so I want to go today to Ephesians chapters 2 and 3 mostly. We might get in a little bit of 4. But, okay, and I want to get out my set of mild liners, and I also have these in my Amazon storefront if anybody is looking for them. And I want to try and get a layout done kind of like this, just really simple, highlight some verses, and then get my points and notes done over here. So let's start with tealy color. Who would have ever thought I would pick teal first? I'm going to highlight my headers. That's always a favorite for me in this Bible because it has such great headers in it. Okay, so saved by grace, reconciled unto Christ, Christ our peace, Christ our cornerstone, the mystery made known, The unsearchable riches of Christ, praying for the Ephesians. And I got to do this one. That's in chapter 4, but keep the unity of the Spirit and the gifts of Christ, and that will go on to the next page. But I love those headers, so I wanted to highlight all of those. And then I am going to go through with my peachy color, and I'm going to highlight some verses that really stand out to me. I'm going to speed this part up so you won't have to be bored to tears for me reading, because I do read slowly. So I'll speed this part up, and I'm going to highlight, and I will circle with a gold pen the verses that really stand out to me. I'm going to circle the numbers on them with that and highlight with my Okay, so I have went through and read all the verses and then highlighted the verses that stood out to me. Then I went back with my gold glitter pen and I highlighted certain things in each of the verses that I kind of outlined them. Certain words in those highlighted verses that I wanted to make note of and talk more about. Okay, so first off, we were dead. We who were dead. So I'm going to put we were dead over here. Okay, and then write a little bit here, and then I'm going to put, look here, we were dead, but God. That stood out more to me than anything, so that is what I'm going to majorly highlight in my writing over here. Okay, so I've got what I wanted highlighted. Now, when I was doing my, or written out, when I was doing my highlighting here, I used the fine tip of each one of these mild liners. Now, for my highlighting that I will do here, and I went ahead and did a little bit of my journaling there too, but for my highlighting that I'll do on those, you want to make sure that your ink is dry before you start. And when you start to highlight, you might get a little bit of smearing. That's to be expected. Don't worry about it. It's not going to be the end of the world if it does, okay? And then I'm going to do me a little cloud like I did on that other page here around But God. I had something else totally in mind to do on these pages, and then just got a change of what I was supposed to do, I guess. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing here around Faint Not. And remember, if you get into the wording of your Bible, these are highlighters, so you'll still be able to see what you have went into as far as wording in your Bible. Okay, and then I think I want to change colors. I think I want to go with this bold green here. Guess this would be a lime green. And go highlight there. And then I'm going to go ahead and highlight He Will. Then I've got my points under there that I will do in this peachy color. He will fill us, redeem us, give us a new body, give us more that we could ever think or ask. Give us grace. He will give us mercy. He will bear our burdens. And that's just a few little things that I thought of that the Lord will do for us. Okay, so I've used that. Let's do some of this purple here. And these are very forgiving highlighters, so if you go over a space and you didn't get it dark enough, you can go right back through and do it again. I don't think I'm going to use my header highlighter color for any of these out in the journaling spaces. Okay, there. And then this periwinkle. He is our chief cornerstone. Some good words through these 3 chapters here that we went over. All right, and then I will do a few little markings here and there. I like to doodle and clean up those little blank spaces that you get every once in a while when you're journaling. You don't know what to do with them. You can just do a few little doodles and get that all covered up. Okay, and then I'm going to go through and do the rest of my notes in between all these little headers that I've made. And then I'm not really going to go into the top or bottom margins here, but I may go into these little blank spaces in between the verses, do a little note taking, and then I'll come back and I will show you the finished product. Okay, so now I'm just going through, and I used my gray highlighter on my small journaling, and I love how that just fills it in. I'm going through now, and I am just doing some little dots with all of my highlighter colors that I use throughout this little study here. There, and I think I want to use my brown, since I did use that gold pen, and then I'll go in at the very end and I will fill in with my gold pen also. Okay, so there it is, our completed Bible journaling. I went back through and did some shadowing on some of my hand lettering, just kind of fill in those empty spaces. And I will go really slow and let you see that page. Then I'll have another still shot at the end also. And I messed up there. I put I'm thankful instead of I'm, so I put in my apostrophe and my M there. So that finishes that. And then we also had our journal for the week done over here. I will give you still shots of both at the end. Thank you so much for visiting my channel today and watching this video. I am loving what I am journaling in currently. Now, this does not mean that I have stopped journaling in my traveler's notebooks. I still do that. This is just 2 examples of what I am currently working in as far as journaling. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next video. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye, y'all.